there's no way that John is the father of Jameer, whatever the case may be. Yo, my heart dropped. Boom.
Who that is? 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 Who that is?
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Shay. Welcome back to A Day with Shay, where you get a little love, a little bit of ratchetness, and a whole lot of gang shit. You dig? I know you guys can see me, but let me know. I want y'all to really feel where I'm coming from. It's story time, and I feel like this story. It's time. It's time to put it out there. So we gonna get straight into it. So a lot of y'all don't know, but when I was pregnant with my first son, I didn't know who my son's father was. Am I proud of it? No. Am I embarrassed? No, I'm not embarrassed. The reason I'm not embarrassed is because things happened. I was young. I made some mistakes. But let me tell you about that story. So I found out I was pregnant in the end of August. I found out I was pregnant. And I was scared, like out of my mind. Like I remember, like I took a pregnancy test. Like I just had a pregnancy test laying around my house. I took a pregnancy test. It came out positive, and I was like, "Yo, like this is crazy." So I woke my mom up. I was like, "I'm pregnant," and she was like, "By who?" And I just said the first thing that came out of my mouth because I honestly felt like he was a father. So we gonna call him John. That's not his name, but that's what we gonna call him. So I'm like, by John. And she was like, I thought that was your friend. I thought that was like your bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, you just out here doing stuff with random people. And I'm like, no, it's just that we didn't really want anybody to know we was messing around, so we called each other bro and sis in the streets. But between them sheets, it ain't nothing bro and sis about us. Fast forward down the line, maybe like a month later, I tell John finally. So I'm like, remember that day where me and you hooked up and blah 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 blah. So I felt like he already knew what was coming. He's like, yo, what are you trying to tell me? It's like, I'm pregnant. He's like, you pregnant? And I was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. He's like, oh, you gonna keep it? So I was like, yeah, I'm keeping it. I'm having a baby. Like I don't I don't wanna get an abortion. I wanna have my kid. So off rip, he wasn't with the shits. He wasn't. He was like, you need to get an abortion. I'm about to go away to school. I can't do this. You about to go away to school. How you gonna raise a kid? Blah blah blah. Blee blee blee. And I was like, I don't know, but we want to get it done. Like a month after that, me and Rashawn, we started dating again. So he knew I was pregnant and he didn't care. Still wanted to date me. Still was in my house, eating up all my food, laying up in my bed, coming. He still was on my body. So I wanted the attention. I was sad, but I wanted the attention. So Rashawn got really close. Me and him, we always connected. Don't get me wrong, because I've known him since I was 13. But when I got pregnant, it was just like a different connection. He was just more affectionate to me. He just catered to me more, and I really liked it. But I told him, like, don't get comfortable because this is not your baby, and I don't want you to get attached to him when he get here. And his father family come around. He's probably not gonna want another man playing daddy to his kid. So don't get comfortable. So he's like, you know what? I respect it, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm still gonna be in your life. So I was like, okay, I feel you on that. John, I'm 8 months pregnant, and me and John, we just beef all the time. Like, I'm subbing him on Facebook. He's subbing me on Facebook. I'm violating him on Facebook. He's calling my phone like, yo, take that down. What are you doing? I was young and I was dumb and I was a bird. I'm like, no, because you're not going to play me like you didn't sleep with me. Like, and now I'm pregnant. Like, now you just don't want to be here for me. Like, I thought we was friends. Like, you told me you loved me. Like, like, I'm confused. And he was just like, that's not my baby. Like, he kept telling me it wasn't his kid. And I kept telling him, it's your kid. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is your kid. Like, you're not gonna keep telling me that. So my son is born. My son came out looking just like John. Like, literally just like him. Like, it was kind of scary. Even my friends was like, nah, that's his kid. Like, it's no denying that. Like, you don't even need a DNA test. That's his kid. And I'm like, I know that's his kid. I've been saying it all along. that this is my baby daddy, you know, he gonna be a deadbeat, whatever. Like, I'ma just take him to court so we can get the DNA test done near so we can make it official. So I served him with papers. We go to court. I take Jameer. It's me, Jameer. Now Jameer's a little tiny baby. Jameer's only like a month old now. It's me, my grandmother, and Jameer, and it's him and his mother. So his mother looks at me. You know, I know his mother already. I met her a few times. I've been at the house more than enough. So, you know, I was gonna run into his mother and have a conversation with her. And so she was there, and she was like, "Can I hold the baby?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I'm thinking to myself, "Yeah, hold this baby because it's your grandson. You're gonna have to get acquainted with him anyway. I don't care what your son is talking about. This is your grandbaby." She takes my kid, she holds him, and she looks at him, and she's like pointing out all the features of Jameer that her son didn't have as a baby. She was just like, "Oh my God, you know, he has really big hands. Like the boys in my family born, they don't have big hands, and he had really big feet. The boys in my family, when they born, they don't have big feet." So I'm just like, you know what? She playing with me too. I know what I'm talking about. I know this. I know this is his. I know this is your son, baby. We go in front of the judge. The judge, he tells the judge, like, you know, I'm not working, and I'm just a full-time student. Then I tell the judge, like, oh, I'm working, and this is how much money I make. So the judge orders him. And mind you, I didn't take him to court for child support. I took him to court for a DNA test, but that all comes together. So the judge told him, you know, being that you're not working right now, you just gotta money order her $50 a week, you know, starting now, and this is for the DNA test. They gave us the paper for the DNA test. So the spot was actually in Brooklyn, and it didn't close to 5, but it was still early. So I was like, I'm going to get it done now. I'm not wasting no time. I'm going to get it done now. So he was going to get it done too. So he went to get it done, and then right after that, I went to go get it done. So I'm at the DNA place, and they swabbing me, and the lady was like, "Oh yes, I seen that young man that came in." I was like, "Oh, you did?" She looks at my kid, and she goes, "Wow, they look just alike." And I'm like, "I know, that's his baby. That's why, yo, I'm so confident, right? This is his baby. I know it's his baby." So I wait for the DNA results, and then I'm asking Sean, like, you know, when you found out, like, when it's officially Jameer is not your son, like, you know, you're gonna have to fall back. Like, we can still be a couple, but I don't want you really getting attached to him. I'm still gonna be here. It's still my boy. And I'm like, well, whatever. Don't get attached. So while we waited for the DNA test results for maybe like 2 weeks. It was the longest 2 weeks of my life. Finally, I checked the mailbox and it's there. So before I even know it, I already know what I'm about to read. Like, oh, this is his baby. This is already something I've already known that this is his baby. So get the envelope. I take it in my room because I was like, I just want to be alone when I first read this. I don't want nobody in my face like, what did it say? What did it say? What did it say? Because I already know what it say, right? So I take the envelope in my room. Jameer is like a little baby. Okay, won't you wear? We gonna know for sure that this your daddy. I open up the envelope, and all I just see is mad like numbers at first, mad little numbers. I'm like, what the hell is this? I just know all the numbers were saying basically like zeros. It was all zeros and ones. So I'm like, why is all zeros and ones? Like, it's still not clicking to me. I'm still thinking I'm gonna read down this gonna say 99.9% chance that John is the father, right? So I'm reading it, and it says there's no way that John is the father of Jameer, whatever the case may be. Yo, my heart dropped. Boom. I was so hurt. Like, I was so hurt and embarrassed because I've been telling everybody, that John is Jameer's dad. Like, I've been jacking it all through Harlem. Like, I didn't put pictures up of John and Jameer, putting it online. I'm like, yeah, this is my son's father. They look just alike. He's not gonna be not my kid. So now I understand why those girls be running off on Maury, like, so embarrassed. Because I was so embarrassed. So embarrassed. I called my friend, and I'm like, oh, I gotta come see you. I'm going through right now. Imagine being a father. She like, who? She like, John? She's like, you sure? She like, let me see the paper. So I showed it to her. So she was like, oh, he's not. She was like, but he looked just like him. I was like, what I'm gonna do? So then she was just like, you act like you don't know who your kid father is. You act like you was doing it with like 3 or 4 guys. It's only one other possibility. So I was like, I know it's Rashawn's baby, but I've been telling Rashawn it's not his baby for so long, and he's not gonna want to be with me no more. And yo, I was so stressed out. Go back home. Call Rashawn. I'm like, you gotta come over right now. Of course, he didn't come over right then and there because, like Rashawn, he gonna do what he gonna do. When he finally came, I sat him in the room. And I was like, listen, I got the DNA test results back. So he looking at me now. His eyes is just like wide open. Like I could see his heart pumping through his shirt. So I was like, and John is not Jameer's father. So he's like, so what's that mean? I'm like, that means you his father. So first he said, you sure? So I got offended. The nerve of me to get offended, and I already told one guy he was a dad and he's not, and now, I got this next man asking me if you sure. I should never been offended, that's a reasonable question. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I was the only 2 guys I was messing with, being a dummy, like unprotected. Like I know you the dad, like, and now I'm tight. I'm like, and I know the night you got me pregnant. So he was like, yeah, I know one night I got you pregnant too. So he looked at Jameer and he's like, oh, this my kid. So I'm like, yeah. He was just like, dope or lit or something like that. I was like, so you're not mad? He was like, no, I already told you, like, I was going to be in his life regardless. Like, I'm happy that Rashawn is his father, but I'm embarrassed and I'm sad because all this time I've been thinking John is Jameer's father. So, I wake up the next morning and I don't go downstairs for mad long. So, when I finally do go downstairs, I exit through the first floor because that's like, it's 2 exits in my building, the first one in the lobby. So, I decided to exit through the first floor. I come back through the lobby. This man, John, done freaking taped up everywhere in my lobby the DNA test results that he was not my kid's father. Yo, I was so heated. Like, I wanted to fight him. I wanted to fight his mother. I wanted to fight his sister. I was mortified because everybody in my building already thought Rashawn was Jameer's dad anyway because we was always together. Like, when I was pregnant, we was always together. When I had Jameer, they would see me, Rashawn, and Jameer together. They would see me and Jameer, or they would see Rashawn and Jameer. It was no doubt in anybody's mind in this building. It wasn't even my personal business. But when I say he taped it up all through my lobby, like, I called him, and I'm like, you so fucking petty. You didn't have to do that. So first he was denying, like, oh, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. I'm like, it was you. I know it was you. Who else was going to do it? So me and him, like, basically went back and forth at it. And then I felt dumb because I was just like, he got every right for revenge. I didn't try to tarnish his name all throughout Harlem. Like, that was his revenge. I'm lucky he didn't even take it even farther and put it all over social media. So I went up apologizing to him. I'm like, I'm sorry I put you through a lot. Me and you were really good friends. We was vibing. Like, I really do care for you. I really do love you. I didn't mean for this to happen. And I honestly did believe that you was my kid's father. And he was like, yeah, alright, whatever. So the next part was, Rashawn knew that Jameer was his kid, but he had other family members that was like, you need to get a DNA test because she didn't even know who her baby daddy was, and she could just be trying to trap you. She probably just want a baby daddy for her kid, and So I was just like, I'm buying a DNA test. So I bought the DNA test, and he came to the house, and we did a little swab. We swapped me, we swapped Jameer, we swapped Sean, we sent it in, and this DNA test results, I got it back online. I didn't get it back in the mail because it costs more to have a paper sent to you, but it was actually free to get it sent to you through the website. So that was the next 2 longest weeks of my life. Now I already knew what the results was going to be, but I was still nervous. I said, your test results is in. I opened it up, and it said, this person is 99.9999999% this child's father, and I was so happy. I was like, woo! I know who my baby daddy is! So I was so excited about that. Called Rashawn immediately, like, I got the DNA test results. He's like, you did what they said? I'm like, what you think they say? So he pissed me off because he's like, I don't know what they say. He had an attitude for which reason, but I didn't do it to him. So I was like, you the father. So I was like, come over here so you can see it for yourself, because at this time, I didn't really know about screenshots and everything. So I was like, come over here, you can see it. So he came over and I read it to him, and he was so excited. Called his mother, told his mother. She was so excited. But of course, I was like, yo, you have to show your mother these results, because she needs to know for sure. She needs to know it's official, because I never want to get into it with anybody or your mom or something. They say, well, we don't even know if Jameer is is Rashawn's son. So I showed the test results to everybody. So that is how I found out who my kid baby daddy was. Boy, let me tell you, I never want to go through that again. I do start to just popping it like a porn star. Since when we on birth control and condoms and I probably just take my whole uterus out, honestly. I don't go through that again. So in the case of 7-year-old Jameer, Rashawn, you are the father. If you guys enjoyed this story time, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and give that freaking things a thumbs up. Make sure y'all turn on your post notification and make sure y'all make that bell go. A ring a ting ting to a ting ting ting. A ring a ting ting to a ting ting. Tell my baby daddy. Somebody need me. They wanna wallow. Come to the hideout.